I say all that because after the event, I talked with Ed Whitfield actually, and we have a nice conversation, and I share that with him, and so there's recognition of that. Then afterwards, I'm walking through the lobby out of the building, and there's some young people there, early 20s or so, a young woman and a young man, and so the two asked me, so what'd you think? And I'm like, okay, cool. And so I say, sure, I appreciate it, but here's some additional thoughts. And I dropped the N word, nationalism, and immediately there's like a tensing up, and the young woman responds, but did you see what they did to him? And talking, I guess, about the cat in Dallas. I'm uncertain. I stay away from the news, so I only get bits and pieces. But apparently, one of the guys who killed the cops, which I disagree with. I mean, I disagree with killing anybody.
Yeah.
But apparently, one of those guys was killed as well. And I guess what she's referring to is apparently it was like an overkill type of situation. I'm uncertain, but she was just very emphatic and a little bit of a little hypeness about it as well. But just did you see what happened? And so immediately it was that fear reaction of look what they're going to do to us if we stand up or whatever else. And my immediate reaction to her is that it's a completely different action. Like his killing cops is different than what I'm referring to as nationalism is, and I recognize that people may perceive it as antagonistic, but it's a matter of just doing what is right and what's appropriate, and that's arguable. We can talk about that or whatever, but what I'm addressing in bringing this to the context of Your Majesty is that I can see the fear and the intimidation that exists within her eyes and within his eyes as well, because he says, well, we need money and we need to do this, that, and the other, and and that's like the intrinsic fear of recognizing that the legitimacy of existing beyond the system and beyond the precepts and the presumptions of convention, and the value and the legitimacy that exists within that, and the fear that exists in standing against that. And so it was just there was a strong resistance, just even to the idea or the discussion of sovereignty or nationalism or anything like that, as if it was like too high a goal to attain or something like that. And that is when I wanted to say, you are majesties, you are a queen, you are a king, you deserve nothing less. And again, it's not egotistical, it's not ego stroking, it's not imperialism, it's not dominance. It's just a matter of recognizing that each person, regardless of what the circumstances are, each person is a majesty, and each person lives in a sovereignty, in one's own sovereignty of what that surrounds us. As Lao Tzu teaches, there in the Tao Te Ching, that each of us, regardless of our position in life, exists as a sovereign around us, and that might be difficult for many people to readily recognize. But the universe responds to our actions, and that's one other philosophical conversation. But my point is that we are each sovereigns, we are each deserving, we are each spiritual beings blessed with divine presence. We each have value, we each have intrinsic worth, and we deserve a very, very basic experience of well-being, of respect, of compassion, and anything less than that is unacceptable.